Good day to you one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. I must apologise for the quality. Unfortunately, my camera is not talking to my computer, so I'm stuck using the webcam. I'm also beaming live and direct, not live, but direct from the Highlands of Scotland. And today I'm talking about something really exciting, the return of Extreme. We got a single out, and I'm going to talk about it. Justin Hawkins Rides again. Eagle-eyed enthusiasts of my career and, of course, this channel may already know that I have a bit of a relationship with certain members of Extreme. I performed some stuff on Pat Badger's side project, the Nasty Ass Honey Badgers. Or was it Nasty? Anyway, yeah, I did some stuff for him. And I've toured with Extreme before. I'm a huge fan. I always felt like Extreme was like a band that came out in the 90s, but the music that they were doing was like the top end of that sort of 80s glam stuff. And I feel like if they'd have come out 5 years earlier, they would have completely ruled the 1980s. But nonetheless, they have been immensely successful despite the poor timing. Extreme has announced their first new studio album in 15 years, and it's called Six. And they've also shared the first single from the upcoming set called Rise. After their appearance on the Stranger Things Season 4 soundtrack, it pushed Extreme back into the spotlight, and Nuno Bettencourt said, he's the guitar player by the way, and he's an immense guitar player. I think, you know, people who are enthusiastic about guitar players would probably put him in, I reckon he might be in the top 10 all time, actually. Yeah, he might be. He's amazing. Anyway, when Eddie Van Halen passed, it really hit me, said Nuno Bettencourt. I'm not going to be the one who will take the throne, but I felt some responsibility to keep guitar playing alive, so you hear a lot of fire on the record. When I read that, I was like, oh my God, I literally can't wait. And in fact, I didn't wait. So when I eventually come to listen to this song, it won't be the first time I've heard it. It won't be a true reaction as such, because I just couldn't stop myself. I didn't wait for my producer to suggest covering this song. I just went and had a listen to it, because you know what? It's Extreme. When they do something, people like me, our ears prick up, and then we go and check it out. In other Extreme news of late, guitarist Nuno Bettencourt recently had a chance to play one of the world's biggest stages. He provided guitar support as part of Rihanna's band for the Super Bowl halftime show. Now, he's been playing with Rihanna for a while, actually. I watched the Super Bowl thing. I stayed up, especially. I had some crisps and I had a Diet Coca-Cola, and I really treated myself to an evening of sports and halftime music entertainment. And what I noticed was the sort of live band stuff that Rihanna did wasn't especially prevalent. And then eventually you did see Nuno Bettencourt in a black suit going, wow, no, no. And I was like looking at it thinking, why would you have one of the greatest guitar players in the world and then just make him play like 3 chords? I mean, get him to do a solo or something. Come on, guys, don't waste that talent. Here are some comments from the video itself. Veria says, "What a song! What a solo! What a comeback! Long live Extreme!" Hear, hear. Update: after multiple listens, this is one of Nuno's top solos, and the vocal harmonies under it are such an awesome touch. I think what we're going to see here is me going, wow. I'm going to be saying, wow, listen to that solo. Wow! Wow! Probably. So I think it's a drop D. Something like that. I always like a descending line, a descending melody line in a rock song. Puts it in D minor straight away. Nice. I've always admired Gary Sharan. I think his voice is super consistent, and when you see him live, he's really energetic. He's just a brilliant performer. I think he was actually one of those sort of guys that stepped into the Van Halen role, and it was an appointment that made perfect sense to me because he's got that combination of grit, humour, and the physicality that's required to step into somebody like David Lee Roth's shoes.
Come along, come and join us. Take a little walk in the middle of the madness.
So that means it's going. Nice.
Feel it, can you taste it? Take a bite of your life, don't you waste it. Ride the lightning, roll the thunder.
Always wondered if I'd be able to pull off a red biker jacket. I did have one at one point, but not. His one looks like it's made out of leather or pleather. Perhaps it's one of those vegan leather alternatives. I do hope so, because it'd be a shame to kill an animal, wouldn't it? Just to look snazzy in a music video. Don't know why I'm talking in that accent. Sorry.
I'm gonna lift you up, straight to the top. I'm gonna
Straight to the top.
raise you up.
Aha. What's that called when it does that? I'll lift you. There are two very distinct voices in Extreme. Gary Sharon's larynx and the fingers of Nuno Bettencourt. Okay, so the guitar part's going. And then the sort of root note changes to this, like a B flat, I think. So like if I had to guess it, go to. But what you notice there is that it's an ostinato because the guitar part's going. Presumably. No. Something like that. But you know, it repeats, and then the chord underneath it changes while the repetition happens. There is a subtle difference in the turnaround, but essentially it's an ostinato. But also, interestingly, that's an ostinato that takes place over the course of. Okay, so again, the vocal part is, I mean, even especially the backing vocal is another ostinato. Gonna lift you, oh, 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 no, 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 gonna lift you, oh, 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 oh. So it's full, chock full of ostinatos, and as you are well aware, these are my favourite things to talk about.
Straight to the top, I'm gonna raise you up, then rip you apart.
Rip you apart, yeah!
Watch you rise, watch you fall.
Watch you rise, watch you fall. I mean, it sounds like the UK press especially. I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but... Boom, button, button, doo, rip you apart. And then here comes Nuno. Hold on to your asses, guys. This is going to get guitar-y. I've always loved the way Nuno can sort of do stuff that sounds like it's coming from a blues rock heart, but then it's so technical and so brilliantly played. he's so versatile. He can do the blues rock stuff, and he's doing the sort of squelchy, dive bomby Van Halen stuff. He doesn't seem to sort of rely on the right hand tapping stuff. When he gets going, it's almost like a true arpeggio. Like I don't know how he does it. I reckon I've seen him play about 20 times, and it's never not startling. His ability is amazing. And actually, when you sort of see what he plays through, he's got a really, really simple rig, just a really great amp. I think it's a Washburn guitar that he plays. But it's all in the fingers, as I've often said. This is one of those guys that is actually the real fucking deal. It's not about the pedals, it's not about the effects, it's actually just about him being a master of this instrument, I think. Sounds like Pat Badger on backing vocals. Okay, now that's a ridiculous solo.
I'm gonna lift you up, straight to the top.
I've got to listen to that solo again, sorry guys. That's ridiculous! It's just amazing. What an amazing guitar solo. I played on the same bill as Extreme once, and we had a situation where somebody handed me a guitar, and it was like before the solo in Barbarian, which is kind of like Nuno and everybody was standing side stage, and I was kind of like, I better get this right. And then I went to play the solo, but something had gone wrong with my amp, and it just wasn't making any sound at all. I was f***ing furious. And then afterwards, they brought us what was supposed to be a vegan pizza. It was a slice of bread with I think it had like some sort of vegetarian salami thing on top of it. It was a disgrace. I threw it back in their face. I didn't actually. I just left it in the box and ruefully returned to my hotel room, masturbated furiously. I was angry with myself and my guitar tech and the people who provided the post-show snack. Lovely story, eh? Did you notice that the drummer of Extreme also has a drum set with DW written on it, which I think stands for Dalmatian Watch. No, it stands for doo-wop, which is a kind of sort of nostalgic 50s backing vocal approach. Anyway, it's just brilliant to see Extreme back. It's weird that they've only done 6 albums in that time. Hopefully they'll crack on and do a few more now, because you need to get them to 10 albums at least. Come on, guys, you can do it. Justin Hawkins writes again. Yes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of these 2 videos, and let us rejoice, for Extreme have returned. Nice one, guys. See you later.